Hot take. If Donald Trump wins next election, it doesn't matter who you voted for, it's your fault. I'm Crypto World Peace. Welcome to the channel. This is the realest, most unedited, uncensored, unfiltered, uncanceled so far YouTube channel that you'll find on the internet. Welcome. I'm going to talk about some really goofy shit that probably nobody agrees with, but it's true. So we all know beloved old Brandon. We all love this guy, right? $6 a gallon for gas. The dollar's probably being devalued behind our backs, and we don't even know it. He's sending $80 billion to the most corrupt country in the Far East, next to Russia. Well, I think Ukraine might be more corrupt than Russia. Hey, if you can't afford that $6 a gallon, go buy a $60,000 Tesla, dipshit. This is the world we're living in right now. Personally, not okay with it. However, there's a little bit of a spooky thing going on right now. And it's not necessarily so spooky. It's just kind of weird. It's especially weird because I didn't used to feel this way. And here's where we're going to get into it. We're at a point right now where our president is doing such a good job at making himself look like shit in the mass media, the news channels that we all, again, know and love, that totally tell us the truth all the time, don't lie to us for profit, totally. Those guys also do an incredible job at making our president look like a senile, incapable, unfunctional, rotten avocado. Dude, I don't have an opinion on him either way. I honestly just I'm usually wearing a hoodie. I usually keep the blinders on. It's relevant, but only so much, you know? Especially when you're talking shit. Yo, when you're talking shit, it's not relevant at all, just so you know. This shit talk, it's just like, it feeds into our monkey complex, bro. I don't care what you think about evolution or whatever, but genuinely, our brains are not all high intellect. There are parts of our brains that, and I'm getting weird conspiracy with it, that these media channels, these news channels, will tap into. They'll tap into these, what we call the reptilian part of your brain, whatever the fuck that means. It's just your lower instinct, that thing that, like, makes you excited and, yeah, point the finger at that guy, yeah, I take this side. It's unbecoming of the human. Now, it's a big problem that they're doing this, man. And not only is it a problem, it's going to be the reason Donald Trump runs and gets elected next term. I almost said next year. It won't be till 2024. But I have this theory that if Donald J. Trump decides to run for president again, he's going to get reelected. Like by a landslide victory. And it's going to be due to what the media is doing. He's the reason he won last time in 2016. He's going to be the reason he wins next time in 2024 if he runs. The media did such a good job at blowing up his entire career. They basically were his campaign. All those those media channels, you know, he was already on television before it. Maybe there's some kind of argument that could be made that he already had his hands in the cookie jar and that he was just kind of spinning them around and going, yeah, talk about me more. You know, that's a possibility. That's a big fucking possibility. I didn't think about that till just now. It's been fucking 5 years or something, 6 years. However, the other possibility could just be that they're retarded and that, excuse my language, physically retarded, like they're slower than the average human, incapable of being able to... Dude, the thing is, they're not, though. They're way smarter than us, and they're using it so effectively. It's almost like they want him to get reelected. Yo, you see the way that Australia's news channel, Sky News, is shitting all over Brandon's chest right now? Like, I get it, man. He's a creepy old weird guy. But in my opinion, he's also really funny, dude. His speeches are hilarious. Dude, Corn Pop is a running meme. He's fucking fighting a dude named Corn Pop with rusty pool chains. It doesn't get more memeable than that. As much as I hate the state of our country, I'm okay with the memes. But it's turned into like this, I mean, and politics has always been a shit-flinging contest. We know this. Who's bigger and who uses better words, and then who doesn't follow up on those big words. You know, that's what politics has always been about. So it hasn't really changed. But dude, I'm convinced that, like, even if they're not trying to, the media stations are setting up the perfect storm for Donald Trump to win next election. Again, I don't have an opinion on it, but I'll tell you what, I didn't like the guy when he was running. I don't really pay attention. I thought he was the lesser of two evils, sadly, versus Hillary Clinton. And I didn't vote. I didn't participate in that election. I didn't participate in the previous one either. If Donald Trump wins, I'll be participating in this election, and I'll be voting for him. And I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. If anything, I'm probably fucking libertarian or something. But realistically, I'm anti-tax is what I am. I'm anti-tax. I'm a true-blooded American. I've been here for 3 generations. I'm Jamaican, Irish, and German. My mom and my dad's side have both been here for 2 generations, minus my grandpa on my dad's side who lived in Jamaica. But that motherfucker struck oil and came to the U.S. We're Americans out here, man. And what America was built on is fuck these unnecessary taxes. The fuck you do? You know why the tea tax was so important in the 1800s? Or whatever year it happened, honestly. I don't even know. I'm not a historian. So you can shit on me all you want for not knowing exact dates and references, but you can't tell me that I don't know relatively what I'm talking about. The reason the tea tax was so important in the 1800s is because clean water wasn't readily available for the majority of Americans. For the majority of people, it was almost impossible to get clean water. Before a certain point in time, people, including children, were drinking alcohol because it didn't have bacteria in the water. So when the Brits decided they were going to tax tea, what they were really doing was they were taxing clean water for people to drink. Now we live in 2022, it's been 200 years, and we live in a point in time where everything is taxed. You want to live? Your housing has to be taxed. You want to drink water? That shit's got an 11% sales tax on it. You want to get from point A to point B? The thing that's going to get you there is going to cost a shitload of money, plus the tax from the producer, plus the tax from the government. You want to make money? That shit's going to get taxed too. You work for a living, you spend 40 hours of your life at work, working for somebody else to make a fortune. Money's coming out of your paycheck because the government fucking said so. Where's it going? The military goddamn industrial complex. We're building tanks, and we're funding the most corrupt country in the East right now with the Ukraine. I don't care what you think about Russia. Honestly, at this point, the media is so fucked up. Putin is like a meme to me, and I'm kind of in a weird way rooting for him. Isn't that fucked up? Because in my head, I know, like, I don't want the planet to burn, dude. I don't want this guy to kill all those Ukrainians. I don't want anybody to die, man. I want world peace. I really do. That's the name of this channel is Crypto World Peace. I'm hoping one day it happens. But, like, the reality of our history is bloody. Progress is bloody. In progress, people die. People lose their homes. People get displaced. That's why there's been refugees for the past 25 years that I've been alive. Because it's progress. I don't know which direction the progress is going in, but it's progress of some extent. I gotta wrap this video up. I've pretty much said everything I have to say. Except for this, I am appalled by the state that we are in as humans right now. Has nothing to do with politics, has vaguely to do with the media. It has to do with our trains of thought associated to these things, with social media as well. It has to do with what you're attributing your time and your energy and your thoughts to. If you're doing all, I just talked about this in my first video, in the last one that I just made. If you're doing all this shallow shit that has no bearing on where you're going to end up in your life, that doesn't help anybody, it doesn't show anybody a way out of their bullshit that they've been living in their whole lives, you know, and life isn't always about trying to help people. Sometimes you got to help yourself. Sometimes it is just about having a good time. But, like, look around. We don't need to be having a good time right now. We need to be enacting change. There's so much fucked in this country right now, man. I'm out here yelling in an apartment. I don't even care who's mad at me. This is how livid I am with the current state of the world. Somebody's got to do something about this, man. This is my way of trying to start change. So, again, come with me, man. One day I'm going to try to beat the fuck out of Logan and Jake Paul in a ring. Swear to God. So, yeah, man. Come along. This is all from the heart, man. No edits. Like I said, I'm the realest motherfucker on YouTube. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, tell me what you think. I feel like all this is really good discourse to have. I'm definitely a passionate person, but I can have a level-headed conversation in the comments section or anywhere really. You can talk to any of my friends about it. Fucking peace and love. Let's get some world peace one of these days. I have no advice on the market. I don't know what's happening. Everything looks like it's going to crash, by the way.